Hey there, it's Elizabeth Mack with the Tallahassee Democrat, and you're watching another edition of Limelight Live. Today, I'm at Lee's Wine Bar in Midtown with Lee Satterfield, the owner.
Hello.
So tell me about Lee's Wine Bar. You've been here for quite some time.
I've been here for almost 3 years, and we are what we like to call a tasting bar.
Okay.
We have over 50 or so wines, and everything's by the glass. So we gladly give people taste of things if they want to try a few things before they commit to their glass. Okay. We're pretty much the only place around town that's doing that. And
so why do that?
Well, why not? There's so much wine out there, and I know a lot of times if you go out and you spend $8.50 on a glass and you get it and you don't like it, you're stuck with that glass. So, you know, I spent a lot of time out in California in the wine country, and you'd always, every time we'd go out there, we would go into these little wine bars, and they would have all the wines up on a chalkboard, and they would change weekly or daily, and just a tasting bar. And so I just thought I'd love to do that one day.
So is that the same concept? Do you change pretty frequently here?
We do. We gosh, every week I've got new wine coming in. That's why I love having the chalkboard. I don't have to print something up, and that was not cost effective. But we're changing it up all the time, and that's just it's a great thing to do.
So what made you want to go into the wine business then?
Well, I've been in the wine business. Wine's been paying my bills for a long time, let's say. I worked for a distributor for a while, and I was in their fine wine on-premise division, and they did a lot of on-the-job training, so doing that sent me out to California a lot. So that's why I saw all these little wine bars, and I said one day I would love to have my own little place. I figured I'd come back to Tallahassee since I've been here for a while and make it happen here.
I was going to ask, like, what made you choose Tallahassee? Because there's so many different places you could have chosen.
I agree.
To open.
I agree. Well, I just already had kind of a reputation in Tallahassee just for, you know, for loving wine and knowing wine and loving to drink wine. So, so I just figured I would just come back to Tallahassee and do it here, and it's worked out pretty well.
So it's not just wine, though. You do have like beers.
We do have beers, and those change as well. We usually keep around 8 to 10 different bottle beers. We also do small cheese boards. We use Sweetgrass Dairy cheese up in Thomasville.
Supporting the local business.
Exactly, you have to support the local business. Exactly, give back to the people that give to you.
Yes.
And yeah, I'm having a good time.
And then so we do have some events coming up here at Lee's. So
we do. We've got a great event coming up for Rebeccah Cantley, who also works for the Democrat, and it's let's get her a plug. It's a benefit for Alzheimer's research, and it's her birthday as well. And this is, I guess, maybe our second or third year, maybe.
I remember coming out last year for it.
So maybe it's the second year doing that, and I donate a portion of the proceeds of the night to Alzheimer's, and we just have a fun time. We drink a lot of champagne, a lot of wine, and
I think I had about maybe 2, 3 mangrias last
year.
The
mangria. That's a fun little drink. That's our house drink, our house specialty. It's basically it's a white sangria. So it's mango juice, mango nectar, white wine, and then we top it with a little sparkling Shiraz, and they're dangerous.
It's very tasty.
They're lethal. They're lethal.
They're refreshing.
You don't realize there's a lot of alcohol in there.
Like you don't taste the alcohol. It tastes
Not at
very
all.
Refreshing.
They'll sneak up on you.
It was hot last year. I came from outside. I was like, yes. And just initially tasting was like, awesome.
That's great. Yeah, that's where we get you.
Pretty much, yeah. But then you also, like a lot of local businesses also, you feature local artists, and how often does that
I do. That's something that I just started doing from the very beginning. I went to school for art, and I know that, you know, being an artist, you always struggle, typically. You know, so I'd like to support the art community. I change out the art every 2 months with local artists. I don't take any commission. I don't take it at all. I just give them a venue to showcase their work. And if they sell something, which every artist that has shown here has sold, if not everything, at least half of it. This current show was Todd Such, and he's a local guy, and his work is just phenomenal. Watercolor. And it's just beautiful. It's beautiful. It really just brightens up the place a lot. So I love doing that, and it's good for me too, because I have new art coming up every 2 months.
That's true. I at first thought that local businesses were doing it because it gives you something to put on the wall.
Ssure,
so that you don't have to purchase it. It's kind of like, but it seems like there's other reasons to do it, and it's not just, you know, to have something up on the walls. It's because you genuinely want to support local artists.
To support local artists and give back to them, and not, you know, I know a lot of galleries in town, you know, they do take a big cut, you know, and that hurts the artists. You know, I just want to showcase them and make them happy and help them sell art. And I try to do an art opening for them. When they put the art up, I try to showcase and have a big event, a big art opening. So that helps, and I get the word out for them.
Okay. Yeah. So then, when can people stop by if they haven't been to Lee's?
We are here Tuesday through Saturday, 5 p.m. to 2 a.m. You know, if it's a little slow on a Tuesday night, we might shut down a little early, but that's usually around 1. But for the most part, we're kicking people out of here at 2.
So is there a happy hour or anything like that?
We run a happy hour 5 to 7.
Okay.
The specials change daily, just kind of depending on what we come up with that day. You know, we'll feature, you know, a couple of bucks off a glass of wine or, you know, beers, and we'll run a special on the Mangria.
Okay.
So it just kind of depends on the day. We kind of come up with it.
Okay, it's kind of cool.
It is.
And then it's more of like a lounge setup. It's not like it's not a bar.
Right. It's definitely, it's very much a lounge. We're very chill. We're not pretentious. So that's one thing I've tried to, you know, really try to get that point across, is that I love wine, and wine should be for everyone. You know, and I don't want anyone to come in here and feel uncomfortable because there is so much wine. If you don't know a lot about wine, it's a great place to come, because we're gonna, everyone that's behind the bar, you know, we know about it, and we're gonna, you know, teach you about it and talk to you about it and make you feel comfortable. So we're not snooty or pretentious at all.
And the babies will be here.
And the dogs are here. We have 3 wiener dogs, 3 dachshunds, and those are our bodyguards, our bouncers, you know, at the door. So they're fun. They're always running around and you know, licking your ankles.
Yeah, they're so lovable though. You can't.
I know, they are pretty sweet.
Like,
I know, they're cute. They're pretty sweet.
But as usual, I'm going to also bring you some other events going on around town. The 14th Annual Florida African Dance Festival starts Thursday. It goes on to Saturday. They're having like this class.
I'm a sponsor for that, actually.
Really? I'm excited.
I know. I went last year. It was great. I've been a sponsor for like 3 or 4 years, I guess.
Really? I came in, there was a magazine sitting on my desk with all the stuff going on. I was like, oh man.
Javelle and her husband Marcus are phenomenal. They're the ones that put it on, and they're phenomenal. I love them.
It's days of events, of sessions, of classes. They teach you about dances, and then they have a marketplace where you can buy different cultural and ethnic items. Saturday, there's a performance. Well, the festival itself goes on at TCC, the Life Sports Complex, but then Saturday there's a performance at Lee Hall. I think it's about $10. The doors open at 7:30. The show starts at 8:15.
It's a phenomenal show. If you've never been, go see it, because it is so much energy. It's just really incredible.
Just looking at the pictures made me just like, I'm
good,
a little girl inside, like, I want to see the
makes me want to get up and dance. I mean, you can't sit in the seat when you go to it. You have to jump up in the aisle and start dancing around.
I'm excited. I can't wait. This will be my first year too. So
You'll love it. You'll love it.
But also the Young Lions on Thursdays at B Sharp's Jazz Cafe, what they're doing is they're featuring and highlighting new young local artists. They're not people in the mainstream, but I've always liked, you know, the local jazz musicians.
Exactly.
The students is that raw talent you just don't get anywhere else. So this week it'll be the Mojo and Rico group. They'll be performing. It starts at 8 p.m. I think it's like $5 because it's students that are going to be playing.
Right.
Bedroom Farce starts at the Tallahassee Little Theater on Thursday at 8 p.m. It goes through Sunday. The Sunday showing is at 2 p.m. You know, like that little matinee. Yeah, so you can do your early Sunday brunch. And
Sunday fun day. I know, right?
That's true. You can have your Sunday fun day and then go catch a show. It's always nice to do.
No, we do. I just want to put this in. We do live jazz every other Wednesday. It's a great little local trio. They're called the Zach Bartholomew Trio.
I've heard them.
They are phenomenal, and they're here every other Wednesday.
Okay.
And then we do DJs here on Friday and Saturday night.
Isn't it? I've been following him on Twitter.
On Friday night is B Mack, and it's more urban hip hop, and then Saturday night is A to the L.
He tweeted me one day.
He's great. That guy's a character.
I was actually saying I was going to go somewhere else. I was like, I hope they're going to have my songs. I've been requesting it for like, I think 2 weeks. They didn't have it. I'm not going to say where it was just because you know who you are.
Uh-oh.
But eventually I tweeted and I was like, I hope they have my song this week. And then he tweets me back and he's like, well, we're definitely we've been playing it for 3 weeks at least. He's like, you need to come on in. And I was like, oh.
Yeah. He creates such a good vibe though.
Yeah.
He's really, really good.
I need to come check him out.
You should. And there's never a cover here.
Yeah.
That's true. Never a cover.
Also, what's going on for families, the Sizzlin' Summer Concert Series at Clayman Plaza. It's something that the city does every year from 6 to 8 p.m. It was rained out last week. We're crossing our fingers that it won't be rained out this week because it'll be Charles Atkins Blues Band.
Phenomenal.
Yes, I love him. I'm going out there. I'm excited.
Good.
I'd say grab your blankets, picnic baskets, beverages, water, cool drinks. It's obviously really hot outside.
Wine. Always take wine wherever you go.
And some water. It is really hot. It's really hot this year. Definitely bring some wine, but bring some water too, because it's a scorcher. St. George Island will be having their mullet toss this year. I spoke to the owner. I think this is the 8th year they're doing it. It's going for a good cause, the charter school over there on St. George Island. And so,
now, is that a person with a mullet?
No,
no, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
It's
Just kidding.
I'll be writing a column about it actually. If you want to learn more about mullet tossing, check the Tallahassee Democrat out on Thursday. But that'll be this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Kids, adults, they're even having an unlimited where you can bring air compressors. So I think it should be pretty exciting.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm
An air compressor, so you can like.
You can launch.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, they're serious.
It could get kind of messy though, like that, right? I don't know.
I can only imagine. Literally. I like my mullet deep fried.
Yeah, right? I don't want to toss it, I want to eat it.
I was like,
I want to eat it.
I like my mullet. But speaking of Zach Bartholomew, they are going to be performing at the Fermentation Lounge on Tuesday.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And
Very
then
good.
you can also catch a jazz performance Mondays at Waterworks. Let's see, let me bring you one more thing. Art and Abilities Festival for United Cerebral Palsy of Tallahassee Incorporated will be having a festival/fundraiser at the Walker Ford Community Center on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. So it's always good to support a good cause.
A lot of things going on.
There are, as usual. So we like to keep busy here in Tallahassee.
I think so. People always say there's nothing to do, but there's always something going on.
Always, literally.
You just have to research.
Research.
You know, and watch this show.
Definitely. I like you. That is all I have for you this week. Thanks for joining me. You can catch me next week at the same time, same place. Tallahassee Democrat, Limelight Live. See ya.
See ya. Drink more wine.